Welcome to CBS Easy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. If you're getting ready for your board exams, you are in exactly the right place. This is your masterclass on how to absolutely conquer quadratic equations. You know that feeling, right? When a quadratic equation pops up on a practice paper and you feel that little bit of stress? Well, you're not alone. But look, this is a really important chapter. And in this quick explainer, we are going to break it all down so you can walk into that exam and tackle any problem with complete confidence. So here's our game plan. We're going to start with the absolute basics. Then we'll jump into 2 essential ways to solve them. After that, I'm going to let you in on a powerful secret called the discriminant, and we'll wrap it all up with the key things you have to focus on for your exam. Sound good? Let's go. Okay, section 1. What is a quadratic? Before we can solve anything, we need to be crystal clear on what we're dealing with. Think of this as the foundation for everything else we're about to build. In the simplest terms, a quadratic equation is just a polynomial where the highest power of x is 2. The main thing you need to look for is this standard structure right here. You've got an x squared term, an x term, and a constant, and it's all set to equal 0. And I can't stress this enough. This format is non-negotiable for your exams. Before you even think about solving a problem, the very first step is always to rearrange it into this standard form. It just keeps your work clean, organizes your thinking, and frankly, it's what the examiners are looking for. And here we go, our first exam alert. This is a classic trap, so listen up. The coefficient a, the number in front of x squared, can never be 0. Just think about it for a second. If a were 0, that x squared term would just disappear, and poof, it's not a quadratic equation anymore. All right, on to our first solving technique, factorization. I like to call this the puzzle method, because that's really what it feels like. You're just trying to find 2 pieces that fit together perfectly to crack the equation. Let's put this into practice with a classic word problem. So we've got a prayer hall with an area of 300 square meters. The problem says its length is 1 more than twice its breadth. So if we call the breadth x, a little bit of math gives us the equation you see in step 2. 2x squared plus x minus 300 equals 0. Now we work our magic, split that middle term, and we find 2 possible answers for x, 12 and negative 12.5. Whoa, hold on, here comes another huge exam alert. You have to apply real-world logic. Can the breadth of a prayer hall be negative 12.5 meters? Of course not, that's impossible. So we have to reject that solution. The only answer that makes any sense is 12 meters. Seriously, don't lose easy marks by forgetting this final common sense check. So, factorization is great when it works. But sometimes that puzzle is just too tricky. And for those times, you bring out the ultimate tool, the quadratic formula. This is your universal key that unlocks any quadratic equation. You need to burn this formula into your memory. It will be your best friend in that exam hall. All you have to do is grab your a, b, and c values from the standard form, plug them into the right spots, and let the formula do the rest. And a cool little fun fact, this incredibly powerful tool was actually derived centuries ago by brilliant Indian mathematicians like Sridhar Acharya. Now for a really clever shortcut. Before you dive into solving a whole equation, wouldn't it be awesome to know what kind of answer you're even looking for? Well, that's the secret of the discriminant. Hey, remember that quadratic formula we just looked at? See that little bit tucked under the square root sign? That small expression, b squared minus 4ac, is called the discriminant, and it is incredibly powerful because it tells you the nature of the roots before you do any of the heavy lifting. This table makes it super clear. There are only 3 things that can happen. If the discriminant is a positive number, you're going to get 2 different real solutions. If it comes out to be exactly 0, you'll get 2 real solutions that are actually the same. And if it's negative, well, you can't take the square root of a negative number, so that tells you there are no real solutions at all. Simple. Okay, let's put this to the test. Here's a word problem about a circular park. And the question is simple. Is it even possible to place a pole in the way they describe? Now this sounds complicated, but we don't need to solve the whole thing. The discriminant is going to tell us instantly if a solution even exists. So after translating the word problem into math, we get this equation. X squared plus 7x minus 60 equals 0. But stop, we're not going to solve it. We're just going to find the discriminant. Our b is 7, a is 1, and c is negative 60. We plug those in, and we get 49 plus 240, which is 289.
And because 289 is a positive number, it's greater than 0, we know for an absolute fact that this problem has 2 real solutions. So the answer is yes, it is totally possible to place that pole. See, the discriminant gave us the answer without us having to do all the work. That's what I call working smarter.
Wow, we've covered a lot of ground. So now, let's lock in the most important ideas. This is your final revision. These are your board exam hotspots. All right, let's do a rapid-fire round of your key takeaways. 1. Always start with the standard form. 2. Give factorization a shot first. It's super fast for simple equations. 3. The quadratic formula is your fallback, your guaranteed solver. 4. Use the discriminant as a quick check first to see what kind of answer you're looking for. And 5, and this is a big one, in word problems, do a quick common sense check on your answer. And there you have it, your complete toolkit for mastering quadratic equations. So as you get ready for that exam, ask yourself this: which method is going to be your go-to strategy? Are you going to be a quick factorizer, a precise formula user, or a smart strategist with the discriminant? Go in with a plan. You've got this. Good luck!
Thank you for watching with us. See you next time.